Hi, I'm Marlene Evitz. I was a 7th grade math teacher until debilitating fatigue forced me to quit in 2005. I went to numerous doctors. None of them could figure out what was wrong with me. Then in 2008, complete numbness from the top of my legs down led me to a neurologist who told me that after 3 hours of MRIs that I had multiple sclerosis, which was a central nervous system disease for which there is no cure, and you get worse, not better. And she said the best I could hope for was to get on one of these MS drugs that are available nowadays. They didn't used to have them. All of them, by the way, are shots that you give yourself, and in my case 3 days a week, and they all have horrible side effects. So she said, with that and a little bit of luck, you probably won't need a wheelchair until you're about 65. And I was like, what? Okay, fast forward to today. I've now had 5 adjustments. My sister, about 3 weeks ago, told me about this upper cervical care doctor, Dr. Mike, who helped her, well, actually completely eliminated her TMJ pain that she had been suffering with for years after just a few treatments. And she picked up a brochure in his office that related how MS is related to upper cervical care. And she brought it home to me, and I read it, and it just made perfect sense to me. Finally, something made sense, because they don't know what MS is. There's, what starts it, they don't know. Basically, all they know is that you've got lesions on your brain and your spine, and that's about all they know. Nobody has the same, no two people that with MS have the same symptoms, she told me. Anyway, so it just all made sense, and my sister explained to me that it's a different type of chiropractic care. It's the machine looks a little scary, but he just places it right at the corner of your jaw, and you just feel a little tap. It's just a little tapping, that's it. And I was a little skeptical at first. I was thinking, how can this make a difference? Well, it does. After my first treatment, I was in the recovery or relaxing room, laying there with my eyes closed, and all of a sudden I felt tingling in my feet, and I wiggled my toes, and I thought, what is that? It was the bottoms of my shoes. I hadn't felt anything with my toes since 2008, and I started to cry. It was amazing. It may not sound like much to you, but to me it was huge. And then about 15 minutes later, he comes in and says, it's time, my treatment, my relaxing time is over. And so I came out, I opened my eyes, and everything was just glowing. And he just kind of smiled. He says, yeah, that happens to a lot of people. And I hadn't even realized that with my MS, that my vision seemed like it had a dimmer switch on it, and somebody had turned it down. And, I was just living my life like that and didn't know any better until this treatment, and everything was just so bright, and it's been that way ever since. Colors are more vivid. So that was after one treatment. Now I've had 5, and I have noticed some other things. Not only are my toes not numb anymore, my feet aren't numb, and my legs aren't numb. I don't have the pain in my legs anymore. In fact, well, I don't have the heaviness that it felt like they were full of lead, like I was just dragging 2 tree stumps around. And last weekend, my daughter had her 30th birthday surprise party. She wanted to go dancing, so that part of it she knew, but she didn't know everybody from, she's a coach and a teacher, she didn't know everybody from her school was going to be there and all of that. We haven't been dancing since 2005, and I love to dance, but the fatigue and the leg heaviness just kept me from it. Well, I danced the night away. I was out there practically every dance, line dancing with the girls, schottisch, Cotton Eye Joe, every other dance. My husband had hurt his toe, so I couldn't get him out there very much, but between him, my 21-year-old son, and my 2 son-in-laws, I was out there practically every dance. We shut the place down, had so much fun, and all of my daughter's friends were saying, "I thought your mom had MS." And she was like, "Yeah, I know, she does." And so that in itself is just amazing. And to be honest with you, I haven't had, they call them subluxations, I haven't had one to hold yet. Every time that I come back, he has to do another adjustment. And can you imagine what it's going to be like when it holds? I'm really looking forward to that day. I've had other things that I've noticed too that are just, coming a little at a time, and he said that's probably the way it would happen. And some of them, other people might notice before I do. I've noticed that my short-term memory doesn't seem to be as bad as it used to be. I would, put something somewhere and not remember where I put it. Well, my memory's a little better. Heat intolerance, I couldn't stand, to take a hot bath anymore, and I love to take hot baths. It makes your symptoms worse. A lot of MS patients have the heat intolerance, and I don't have that. It's, I'd say, 90% better, and the real test, of course, will be this summer. But it's a lot better. I can take hot baths right now, and I don't have the congestion every morning. I don't know that congestion is the right word, but it was like my nasal passages were swollen shut every morning. That's the way I woke up. I don't wake up that way anymore. I can breathe when I wake up. I'm not groggy when I wake up. It's just amazing. That's all I can say. And awesome. I'm looking forward to more treatments.
Awesome. Thank you, Marlene, for that awesome testimonial for Williams Upper Cervical Chiropractic. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
You're welcome.